dinner. I call her, what's her name? I don't even remember.
She said, you ain't have a fight in recent times. You're really not ready for this work. She said, it's natural. She don't have to. Like, I like talking about fighting. Sometimes people be beating hands with on. And I love boxing. It's one of my favorite sports.
Welcome back to Gossip Pod. And if there's one thing Remy Ma will do, it's act unconcerned while staying up to date on Papoose's affairs. Tell me why this woman is supposedly moving on and finding love, but she can't stop following Papoose and his new partner, Claressa Shields, and let's face it, these two are incompatible. This is where things take a wild turn because although everyone thought Remy would be the one to officially wash her hands of Papoose after being publicly dragged by his new girlfriend, it appears that she is still hung up on him. Rumor has it that Papoose is allegedly getting ready to. Let's talk about the drama between Remy and Papoose because fans are still shocked about how the relationship fell apart. These two were one of the most stable couples in hip-hop, so if anyone was going to make it, it was them. However, look at where we are now with cheating allegations flying from Remy's mouth. She broke up with Claressa any day now, and she's not handling it well because she just completely crashed out again. How did we ever get here? Let's take it back. Remy made grave accusations against both parties, and their whole love story collapsed in front of the world. For allegedly shooting someone in 2008, Remy M was imprisoned. At the time, most people thought their relationship was over, but Papoose persisted and married her while she was still in prison, even though Remy had been in prison for more than 6 years. Remaining on her sentence. To be honest, what Papo did for Remy was almost like something out of a Hollywood fairy tale because loyalty is rarer than a unicorn in this industry. However, fans couldn't help but admire the way he held it down, making the bond seem unbreakable. Papoose never wavered, no cheating rumors, scandals, or side chicks, just pure ride or die loyalty.
After all these years, that Remy Ma and Papoose finally done call it quits. That man got sick of her. Like, ma'am, I sat here all this time and waited on you as a man. Because you know that's what women do. That's what women would wait on you. But a man, after you got sentenced, matter of fact, before you even got sentenced, men move on. And they be having about 5, 6, 7, 10 women lined up a week. But this man waited on you while you was locked up. They wouldn't let you out. And I'm talking about he got him a little thunder. Sis is young, pretty. She got her own thing going on, so it ain't like it's one of these little fans or nothing, baby. You up against something. Yeah. And you hurt. Now, you probably was the one in the relationship that was the abusive one. You probably was mental abuse. That man probably was real chill mode. You probably did him real dirty behind closed doors. And he stuck in the paint and stayed with you while you did him dirty. But now it's over with, baby. Karma is something else. Yeah, karma. Matter of fact, it ain't even karma. It's just that man know his worth and he leaving you where you stand at. That done. Yeah, ain't no more us. Baby, take that ring off. Take it off, baby, take it off.
We read about certain rappers being busted for cheating every other week, getting caught up in scanning, or getting drawn into drama. But Papoose has kept his ground like a rock for years, demonstrating his devotion to Remy Ma in a way that had fans calling him a legend in hip-hop, or so we believed. Since Remy is now claiming that Papoose cheated on her throughout her incarceration, and if they are correct, this man truly deceived everyone.
They said that Pap came home one day and was talking to Claressa Shields and fell asleep on the phone.
Yeah, so Remy explained
how we got here was her taking this conversation and putting it all out. So
so pretty much that's what we got.
But what is the receipts? Is the receipts that at the same time she's allegedly with Easy that he was with Claressa and lying about it? Is that what she's alluding to?
But let's rewind. Because when Remy finally walked out of those prison gates, Papoose was right there, waiting, arms wide open, ready to help her adjust to life on the outside. Their relationship didn't just survive those years apart, it came out even stronger. They kept building their life together, and by 2018, they were celebrating the birth of their daughter, Reminisce. Now, Remy already had a son from a previous relationship, and Papoose had 3 kids of his own. But they blended the families together beautifully, proving to the world that the bond was solid. Or at least, that's what we all thought. Fast forward to 2023, and suddenly rumors started flying that the marriage was on the verge of collapse. Why? Because Remy was allegedly cheating with battle rapper Easy the Block Captain. And just like that, their once unbreakable love story started looking real shaky. But the drama didn't stop at hurt feelings. It turned into a full-blown physical...
But let's go back in time, because when Remy eventually left those prison gates, Papoose was waiting for her with arms wide open, ready to help her get used to life outside of prison. Their relationship not only survived those years apart, but it grew stronger as they continued to build their life together, and by 2018, they were celebrating them. Reminisce about their daughter's birth. Papoose had 3 children of his own, and Remy already had a son from a previous relationship, but they blended the families together beautifully, demonstrating to the world that their bond was strong, or at least that's what we all believed. Fast forward to 2023, and suddenly rumors began to circulate that the marriage was on the rocks. On the edge of disintegration because Remy was allegedly having an affair with battle rapper Easy, the Block Captain, and their once unbreakable love story suddenly became shaky. However, the drama didn't end with hurt feelings. It escalated into a full-fledged physical altercation. Word on the street is that Papoose ran into Easy at an industry event. Things quickly heated up, and he wasn't going to back down. It's said that he knocked Easy out cold without hesitation. However, this is where things got even worse. At a high-stakes rap battle, Remy and E teamed up to take on a task. You already know that the rap battle is exclusively verbal combat with no rules, no mercy, and no holding. In the heat of the moment, he took the microphone and dropped a bombshell that left the entire audience stunned. He accused Remy of cheating on Papoose with ease, and then everything blew up.
Like, I don't give a fuck if it is just till you stop screwing the business. If found out you was in the help, that could really ruin your image. We talking Barack and Michelle, Pap and Remy. It's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black blood.
When Jay Gotti dropped that bombshell, it wasn't simply a reckless accusation. It felt like an open secret, as if everyone in the battle rap community had been whispering about it for a while. However, Gotti was the first to say it aloud on a platform in front of cameras, with everyone on the planet watching, and he didn't just put the accusation aside and move on. Oh no, he went in and attacked Remy, exposing her for cheating on Papoose after he had protected her for years. Let's be honest, he didn't just say she betrayed him. He made sure everyone in the room knew it. Gotti also pointed out how Papoose remained faithful despite everything. The crowd erupted in gasps and cries, with some leaping from their seats, when she turned around and did this after enduring an entire prison sentence, ups and downs, and a struggle. It wasn't simply an accusation.
He showed admiration to tell the world how you think he's one of the greatest. That nigga held you down in prison for 6 years.
However, the most startling aspect about this whole situation is that Iez didn't even attempt to refute it or clap back. Instead of calling a cap, he made no attempt to clear his name. In fact, he essentially admitted. Interview. After all those years of devotion and loyalty, it turns out that Papoose wasn't going to sit around and drown in heartbreak because he broke off contact with Remy as soon as he learned of her alleged infidelity. Word on the street is that he was done with her, no second chances, no back and forth drama. Rather than wasting time being bitter, Papoose moved on quickly, and guess who he partnered with? Save for Claressa Shields, a world-class boxing champion. Yeah, you heard correctly. Papoose went from maintaining a marriage for years to dating one of the world's most powerful athletes. At first, Remy pretended that she had moved on and didn't care, acting as though her new relationship wasn't affecting her.
That grinds my gears. Grinding so bad. Is that when y'all think I give a fuck? Listen to me. I do not give a about so much. And then it kills me when y'all think that because I respond, I give a I don't give a I be bored responding, needing something to do. I done worked out 2 hours straight. The rest of my day is free. I'm on an all fruit damn detox. I don't give I'm bored. Don't ever think that because I responded to you that I care, because I don't give a fuck about you, about her, about him. I don't know nothing. That's the truth. That's the truth.
It turns out that after all those years of devotion and loyalty, Papoose wasn't going to sit around and drown in heartbreak because he broke off contact with Remy as soon as he learned of her alleged infidelity. Word on the street is that he was done with her, no second chances, no back and forth drama, and instead of wasting time being bitter, Papoose moved on quickly, and guess who he paired up with? Aside from Claressa Shields, the world-class boxing champion, yes, you heard correctly. After years of maintaining a marriage, Papoose started dating one of the world's most powerful athletes. At first, Remy pretended that she had moved on and didn't care, acting as though her new relationship wasn't affecting her.
I strongly believe that sometimes people need to fight it out. Because talking doesn't do it. Sometimes you can talk. Like in this certain situations, you could talk to a person, you express how you feel, they express how they feel, y'all come to a mutual agreement that y'all either don't agree or, you might start seeing it from another person's point of view. When it gets to the level, or when you deal with people that, like, sometimes how I used to be, I don't even want to hear that. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't care what you thought. What's up? What we doing? And that's where I come in. She said, you may have a fight in recent times. You're really not ready for this work. She said, it's natural. She don't have to. It's not even like talking about fighting. Sometimes people be needing hands put on them, though. And I love boxing. It's one of my favorites.
We all assumed Remy would simply move on and leave this go, but she wasn't finished because she took to Instagram a few days ago to vent about Papoose and Claressa Shields, and she didn't just rant, she brought receipts. It was messy. Remy leaked text messages that Claressa allegedly sent to Papoose, and one of them said, "Take responsibility. You were the one who was involved. Wed, it shouldn't be a huge deal to tell me you made it home safely or that you fell asleep in the Sprinter if you can't at least sleep with me over the phone or in person." Let's dissect that since it seems like Claire was only requesting that Papoose be honest with her, but Remy used it as ammo and made a mean joke about it by posting a picture of Papoose's stupid self falling asleep on the Claudia Shields on the phone. He refuses to leave my place while he is lying there. This girl, who is supposedly a world champion boxer, suddenly became frightened and hung up when she heard me speak. I'm telling everything, and you're not alone, baby girl, but she didn't stop there. She also claimed that Claressa Shields and her apologetic public relations team had been fabricating stories about me every day to harm my reputation. And if you thought that was bad, Remy said that Papoose allegedly told her that I would never mess with her because she's ugly. Then she added, "But don't worry, I saw everything, and now the world is going to see it too, because you're so tough, boo." He looked like God's gift for too long, so I begged him to say something to stop the narrative, but he kept telling me to just stay quiet. I'm tired. At this point, the internet was in flames, but Remy wasn't finished because she also revealed how, according to Remy, Claressa freaked out after being called out. She blew up Papoose's phone in a panic, saying, "I know you hate the internet games, but you mean to do something today about this girl." My PR team would be furious when they saw this, so I couldn't be up here exposing her. She allegedly inquired, "Have you bought your other phone yet?" before the movie's December 25 release. Don't worry, I'm not worrying about whatever she says or posts in her tale. Now for some much-needed background. Claressa Shields is a world-class boxing champion, and her life story movie is coming out on the 25th. The last thing she needs is to be involved in a scandal with a man who is still legally married. I screenshotted your entire conversation before he followed your advice, Miss Shields, especially since Remy is revealing all of her private information like this. I can assure you that Remy is not holding back. She placed Papoose and Claressa on full blast, writing, "Poop you a dummy." And he was out here conspiring with one of his sidekicks, trying to get me arrested, the same man I haven't mistreated in 17 years. The same woman who had the opportunity to use my platform to expose you and destroy me. But she didn't stop there. She continued by saying that you were holding me down while I was away, and I received all of your messages and pics from chicks. He was about to say that he wrote my rhymes, but he threatened to leak anything private about me. So if that wasn't messy enough, Remy leaked even more. This time, there are texts that purport to show Claressa pleading with Papoose for the bare minimum. One of the texts says, "I'm not happy, but all right, I'm going to stop. I don't want to stress you, so I'll just stop. How I feel is not warranted. I'm just tired of talking and you not hearing me. I appreciate your honesty, but that's always the best option. You have to do what you feel is best. I won't say anything more. When the time came, she became irate and complained that she wasn't getting what she wanted from Papoose, stating, I asked for gifts. I'm tripping and I'm expressing that I enjoy flowers and that I want time set aside for myself. I'm tripping and I'm just lying here feeling foolish, and Remy, oh, she devoured the opportunity and used it to make fun of Clarissa's hard work. Hi, Miss Shields, I was a single spouse and I am a single girlfriend. She added the final blow, I'm a good woman, so men can't just walk away from me. Oh, and let's be honest, he's never going to buy you anything because he thinks he's the prize. He's a taker, not a giver, and I'm the one with the bag. Despite what you mentioned about feeling foolish, you also appear foolish. Remy called Papoa Broya disparaging Clarissa at the same time, and apparently that was the last straw because after weeks of silence, Papoose reacted on social media, calling Remy a narcissist. He said, sad to say, but Remy is a narcissist. She chose to cheat repeatedly now that I finally moved on. She's playing the victim. I have requested a divorce numerous times, but instead of handling more like adults, thus she would prefer. On social media, Chase Cloud went on, I didn't want to do this internet foolishness for the sake of my 6-year-old daughter who still has to go to school. I stayed quiet through all of this, but now you won't stop. Let's be clear, I would never get someone arrested. That's just another lie, and that can be easily verified. You are the one who played with the police lying about. Then he addressed the sensitive subject of Remy's alleged affair with EA's, the blog captain, revealing that while I was at home with my daughter last Christmas, this is where Remy was. Now that I've moved on, she's angry and making up lies, which is narcissistic behavior. The history that transpired in front of the world is pitiful, falsifying text just to create a false narrative and justify your cheating. He hit easy with the final humiliation. I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. I knocked him out because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife, which is why I put him to sleep and Remy woke him up and went home with him for 4 days. I then told her we could divorce like adults, but she refused because I wouldn't lie and say I didn't knock this chump out. I still have messages from her pleading with me to lie about it. It's really messy, but Remy wasn't going to let Papoose have the last word. She quickly refuted his allegation that she had abandoned the daughter on Christmas, saying, all you do is lie that you look okay in the background. Regardless of anything, I am always with my baby on any important day. But she didn't stop there, as she also revealed another aspect of their breakup that no one had anticipated. She continued, I've been asking you to leave and for us to quietly divorce for years now, but you said the only way you'd leave is with a public blow-up. Now let's pause right there, because if that's true, Papoose wasn't just holding on. He was waiting to turn this into a messy spectacle. Remy Papoose has a serious gambling problem and attempted to pressure her for money to make their divorce moot. Remy went on, they try to set me up by filming me saying things like, oh, not Remy Ma calling the police for help. You a snitch, you a rat, call your brothers, call Joe, and then they expose me even more. I'm not the social media type, and you use that against me in the same way that you use my morals because of my upbringing and my so-called gangster girl image. You pushed away my family, friends, and everyone who ever stood by me, and my stupid self was out there defending you, telling them not to say anything about who you really were. If you thought that was bad, Remy then accused him of being jealous of her success and called him out for supporting other battle rappers while secretly detesting her battle rap league, saying you hated that I started a battle. Rap league, you were angry that I was assisting other rappers rather than just you. You literally threatened to try to ruin it. Then, she put an end to the knockout rumors, saying, I'm so tired of this fake knockout story. Everyone heard what they think happened, but not what they actually saw. You keep trying to make it disappear, but the truth is you snuck in like a thief in the night with a mask on. The worst part, according to Remy, was when she accused Papoose of paying people to spread false information about her. She said that Papoose was feeding battle rappers in her own company false information, saying, you went behind my back feeding my own battle rappers false stories, paying for information, creating a false narrative to the public, and then you made me go to the awards with you. My security knows you through everything, and they know you ran out. Just when you thought this drama couldn't get much worse and pretended everything was all right because you were jealous of how I was treated as though I truly meant something, Remy Ma returned with more serious charges, claiming that Papoose had touched her. She posted on the internet, "Play with the police, Pap. So you forget that the pool's renovation was never completed since you were assaulting me in the garage, and the workers called the police to get you to leave me." She then added, "I'm not making this up." The audio and video continue to lie, which takes the situation to a whole new level of seriousness because up until now, their messy split has been about drama, manipulation, and cheating, but now that Remy is saying physical violence was involved, it's obvious that their marriage has been in crisis for a long time. It's getting worse because Remy revealed that she and Clarissa were actually cool at one point before she started messing with Papoose. She shared screenshots of Clarissa and her photos, despite the fact that they spent years acting like the ideal black love couple, and in reality, they had everyone fooled. They were considered hip-hop's most stable couple for years. Here's Papoose's strange ex-girlfriend wishing me a happy new year. A few days prior to all of this, she was actually asking me for advice on how to flaunt her body. "This is crazy. I made a monster. I praised you knowing that things weren't right, but I remained silent knowing the truth. You feel comfortable lying to these people because you know what I got. I assure you that you will be sorry." For Clarissa, that was all. After being dragged and substituted for weeks, she finally clapped back, saying it's unbelievable that a 45-year-old woman is acting like such a clown. Remy immediately fired her back, saying, "I'm not 45 yet, but you are 29, and I'll just say this. You're not aging like wine again, though I'm not your enemy. You should ask your lover to get you some gifts and flowers." But he didn't respond to any of your phones because he was with his Cali girl this week, not her revealing that Papoose had already cheated on Clarissa. Clarissa wasn't going to accept that, so she accused Remy of fabricating the text to begin trouble writing, saying, "I'm not a chick you can bully. You're bitter and mad, and you're making yourself look stupid. Just stop it." Then she took it a step further and directly challenged Remy. Declaring Clarissa Shields versus Remy Ma, Remy got into a fight. "Come get your behind whooped, crash out," not the fist being thrown, but when February 2nd finally arrived and passed, Remy was nowhere to be seen, which, let's face it, was not shocking because, as fierce as Remy is, Clarissa is an MMA fighter and a professionally trained boxer, so she would have destroyed Remy before she even had a chance to fight. An opportunity to fight, but for someone who says he is done with Papoose, Remy seems to be quite interested in monitoring their relationship. And now there are whispers that Papoose is going to pop the question to Clarissa. In addition to the fact that Remy is unhappy, her relationship with EA's, the block captain, isn't going well. Rumor has it that he is already having affairs with other women. The fact that you lose them the way you gain them shouldn't come as a surprise. Clarissa is standing by his side and has made it clear that she is prepared to become his wife, so Papoose isn't wasting any time in the meanwhile. He has already started looking for a ring and isn't concealing his new passion in any way.
Yeah, that's why I said I love him. I love having his support, you know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There you go. We deserve each other. But I don't know, it's not one of those things I was like, I want to keep him all to myself.
Remy is probably crying, throwing up, and doubting every choice she has made in life at this point because, let's face it, she lost a man who supported her for years and saw him go on with a whole world. Champion boxer who is prepared to marry him, but she's trapped fighting with a skilled fighter as her own relationship is failing. It's like fumbling the bag, but I'm curious about your thoughts on this. Is this retaliation? Do you think Papoose and Clarissa are truly in love, and will Remy ever forgive them? Leave a comment below and click the like button. To receive further updates, subscribe and watch this following video.